All right, so what you're looking at here is my solution to some pretty serious noise complaints I was getting from my neighbors about my Ascendant Audio Mayhem 18-inch sub. I built an enclosure for it, and it came out way better than I thought it would. And even at noon on a Saturday, I was getting some pretty serious complaints. So I did this. I went to Home Depot and I picked up a bunch of 3/4 inch MDF, 2x6s, 2x8s, 2x10s, 2x12s, and a fuck ton of drywall screws, and just went to town and put this thing together. Put some hinges on the door. Got some of these so I can lock myself in. Got my PlayStation in here. Got a bunch of sound dampening material on the walls and the ceilings, because without it, it was just impossible to even be inside because of all the phasing and standing waves, and it just not only sounded like shit, but it hurt my ears really badly. So got the enclosure in here. I got it about 5 inches against the wall with the port pointing towards the wall. It's 5.5 cubic feet, tuned to 32 hertz. I am running it off of a Behringer NU3000 DSP amp. Thing fucking rocks for cheap too. If anybody's ever trying to decide between whether or not to get the DSP option on these Behringer iNuke amps, get the DSP. Unless you have outboard DSP, the thing is awesome. Just I have so much control over what's going on here, especially the crossover points, the slope of the crossover, gain, everything. Playing video games in here now it just has taken video games to a whole new level. I got some Wharfdale Diamond 10.2s, and they sound really nice, and they are running off a SMSL SA98E. It's one of those little tri-path amps. It says it's 100 watts a channel, but I read that that's at like 10% distortion, so I think it's probably putting around about 50 watts a channel, which is more than enough. Got a big old badass inflatable chair in here, which not only lets you feel the bass underneath you, but it also takes up a lot of the internal volume inside of this box, and made the bass louder. And put bass traps in the trihedral corners. I know they're not real bass traps, but they do the trick. Those, and got all the dihedral corners done up in foam everywhere. The whole thing, all the corners, everywhere. And then I have 36 square feet of 2-inch thick studio foam. It's not the real shit. It's all off Amazon, but it really made a difference. And what I was expecting was that it would dampen down some of the standing waves and make it sound kind of better. It makes it sound awesome in here. I get good imaging and staging in here. And when I shut myself in here, I can lock myself in here. I got these. I got weather stripping, and it's almost airtight enough to where it keeps the sound from coming out, but not airtight enough to where they find me dead in here when I don't show up for work. So anyway, like I said, movies, television, video games, it's taken it to an entirely new level. And because of the cabin gain of being inside this small enclosure, it started out at 128 cubic feet or so, and then with all the crap I got inside, cut it down a lot. The cabin game is a real factor here, and I haven't metered it yet because, well, I don't have TermLab, and I don't really trust those apps because I don't have a real microphone in my phone anyway, so I wouldn't trust it. But I did when I had 412s in the back of my Civic. That metered at a show at 142.2 A-weighted, and on some of the bass heavy tracks I've been playing in here, it really seems like it's kind of close to that. I don't know. I don't want to be the guy that said, oh yeah, I'm doing 140s in my living room, but I think I might be doing 140s in my living room. And it's doing a fantastic job, much better than I thought it would, of keeping the sound out. I thought for sure, and I'm still planning on probably coating the entire thing with green glue and then a layer of drywall, and then I have to decouple it from the floor, of course, to keep it from shaking the apartment complex. But even though I've gotten a little silly with the volume control on quite a few times, I haven't had a noise complaint in over a month. So anyway, if you've got some extra time on your hands, a little bit extra space somewhere, and a significant other who won't kill you, man, this is probably the most fun, productive, and useful and effective project I've done in a long time. And that's about it.